Hey everybody, my name is Ben Mueller. I'm the owner of Blue Collar CFO, and this video is about my background so that you have something on the resume page that you can hear me talk about opposed to reading if you like doing that better. This has been 33 years of doing accounting. So I've got my resume in front of me so I can make sure that I don't miss anything because it's been a long time and I love what I do and I feel like I'm good at it. So I hope that this gives you some value, gives you some background so you can get an understanding of who I am in my profession and what I've done and see if it aligns with something that you need. So I graduated from St. Cloud State University in Minnesota and also the University of Costa Rica. I was around 96, 95, right in there. And got my accounting degree, got a degree in Spanish, and went out into the workforce. Well, my first job was with the Weyerhaeuser family, and this is the name of the company was Fiduciary Counseling. And if you don't know who the Weyerhaeuser family is, they do logging. They've got a lot of cash. And so there was 8 accountants, and each accountant had a section of the family that we did the accounting for their wealth, any jobs that they had, all, everything. You've got so much money that you hire accountants to take care of your personal expenses and make sure people are in budget. So I did that for a couple of years and ended up having an opportunity to become a controller in Colorado. So I came out here. It was a circuit board company. Got in and just, did a good job getting the processes and procedures nailed down, the monthly financial statements. And this is, again, in the beginning of my career, but I really revamped that department. They were then bought out by Cortec out of Canada, and the position was eliminated because they brought all the accounting up there. Then I got into international accounting for a few years, several years actually, where I was with J.D. Edwards, Swift and Company, Quest Communications, and these as I went through my career, the companies got larger and larger. Like Swift and Company was like 10 billion in revenue per year. I mean, it was crazy, and I had a whole section of the income statement. But international accounting came to fruition because of my background with Spanish, my joy for just working internationally. So again, I put together all the accounting for those departments. I had to do a restatement that went back, I think, around 13 years. At Quest, they had, I think they were in 15 different countries, and the books had never been done for those countries. So I had to do forensic accounting where I'd rebuilt everything from scratch. I mean, there was literally a box of invoices on the 23rd floor that I had to start with, and that was, I ended up creating 13 years worth of financials. I think it was like 120 different sets of financial statements and the tax returns that I was able to get done over a 2-year period. So this project took 2 years, but it was just crazy detailed, right? So that really created the foundation for me of forensic accounting, where I was able to come in and take something that was nothing and create it into something that was correct and useful. So did that for several years. 2008 was my last year at Quest. They ended up getting bought out, and the whole international accounting department got moved, I think, down to Tennessee or somewhere down south. So I was done with the corporate world. I had done it for, I think, 17 years. And to be honest, when you're in the corporate world, you're just another number. The ability to make impact on people's lives is very minimal. And I'm the type of person that likes that in my life. I like to make impacts on people's lives. And so it was just year after year of closing the books and, Wall Street and yada, yada. It was just not what I wanted in my career. So in 2008, I went out on my own. And from 2008 to present, I've had dozens of companies that I've worked with, either on projects, fraud investigations, mergers, developing accounting departments, restatements. I mean, I've done a ton of different things with small to mid to large size businesses, a lot of startups, where people have investors and they've got a certain amount of money. They need to get the accounting department up and running, and they're developing a product. And that's been very interesting. I've been in CBD companies where I'm doing the accounting for a commodity, and that becomes very technical, very complicated. I was a CFO for them. But there's been, since 2008 till now, it's just been all kinds of different companies, health services, marijuana companies, legal, interior designs, tech companies, just an array of companies that I've worked with. And I've developed systems, my own little systems, to create good accounting records for these clients. And if you go over to my tab on recommendations, I think that's what it's called, you can go and see the different recommendations from many different clients that can tell you the type of work I can do, the type of person I am. I'm a very trustworthy, honest person. I've got a family. I've got 4 kids. And I just love working with businesses where I can really make an impact and help them. Either it's increasing their margin or making their accounting more efficient, getting their taxes done, being able to look at the analysis from one time period to another, and just really giving them direction in their finances. Because a lot of times business owners don't think in terms of accounting. They think in creativity. They think in entrepreneurialism, which is more out here, and they're great at it. And you want them to be able to continue doing that same type of thinking and value. And a lot of times they get bogged down in accounting, and it just is very inefficient. They lose money because of it. So find somebody like myself that can take your accounting to another level. You can go through my whole resume on the website. You can check it out. You can look at the recommendations. And if you have any interest, give me a call or just go over to my contact page and put in your information, and we'll go from there. So have a great day, everybody. Take it easy.